Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri 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 Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Namostu Ramaya Salakshmanaya Devyai Chatasya Janakatmajayai. Namostu Rudrendra Yamanilebhyaha. Namostu Chandrarka Marudghanebhyaha. Sitaram. So, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram is not only to calm mind, but also to energize our mind. Because it is a time where most of us are feeling a little dull physically, yeah, not mentally, physically. So, we'll now go to the topic of the day. First of all, I will take this opportunity to thank Ranganji and organizers for giving this chance to share my ideas, because I'm not going to say something new here. So most of us are already aware of things, and I'm already told that most of the topics or most of the points which I'm going to discuss today is already, have come in bits and pieces in the lectures in the past 3 days. But let me try to just, put a all as a summary. Right. Sitaram?
Make a garland.
Make a garland and give it to Rama. So the topic is Mahabhava's fusion. So we know what is fusion and what is the necessity of fusion. We will see in due course of time. So why is fusion necessary? Many opinions can come up. So I find fusion needs, or fusion brings in the much needed variety. Okay. So when things are in only one course, so they are maybe little, they are very sanctified. The sanctity is there, that is there. But when there are more elements coming together, when it makes it when it is a fusion, then it makes the reading or the kavya, it gives a much more needed flavor to the kavya. It becomes a very interesting read. Then one more important point which we can understand, because of these fusion of bhavas, most of the bhavas can be seen between two people together. Okay, there will be layers. There will be layers of bhavas seen between different people. The pair can be the same, but they can have different kinds of bhavas, and the pair can be different, or the pair can be the same. One person can reciprocate with a different bhava. So these are various possibilities which we can see from this fusion. So what can we know or learn from this is that is more important, right? Because any topic, it fulfills its purpose only when it gives a certain learning to us. So what is the purpose of knowing about this fusion is that it gives us a deeper understanding of emotions, the transactions between two personalities, in what layers they happen, what are the emotions they exchange between each other. And because of that, it gives us a deeper understanding. And many psycho-empirical models can be built on that. In our everyday transaction, it would be really, really helpful if we can empathize with people. Just imagine we have we have spouses, we have life partners with us, and Madhurya Baba is there, that is definitely there. But at times, when we also look at as a motherly figure, as a fatherly figure, then there is a certain kind of respect, there's a certain kind of learning. We learn, oh, she's doing so much for me. And that increases this element of empathy, this increases this element of understanding between, and it makes the life more interesting, and we stay in our limits, we respect the relationships. That is more important, right? For any sustenance of family or society, that respecting the relationship is much, much, much more important, which probably is very hazy or dicey today, right? So we see everywhere hybrid model is the order of the day. You know, if you go to education, if you go to fields, there are so many different. In earlier days, there would be only one civil engineering, there will be mechanical engineering, computer science engineering, there will be medicine. Now both these fields have come together. They say medical engineering, two different fields have come together. Medical engineering, medicine is a field, engineering is a field. This is how it works today. And mechatronics, mechanical field and electronics have come together. It's the order of the day, and it's selling as a hotcake. If you go to companies, people with mechatronic profiles have a very good opportunity. So it is becoming more like an order of the day. If you go to automotive field, I come from the domain, so I can speak very well about it. So you see, there were combustion engines, traditional combustion engines, conventional engines, and now people are moving towards e-cars. E-cars is the buzzword now. But we lack infrastructure, we lack the cost impetus to it, it's not commercially viable. So they have come to a midpoint. They say hybrid cars, they say plug-in hybrid electromobility is the order of the day. And to my mind, to my experience, that is going to be the order of the day for the next few years. You go to food and beverage industry, you go to any restaurant, there's an Indo-Chinese cuisine, there's an Indo-Mexicanish. Okay, if you order a food, there used to be separate dishes earlier, but they have put a mixed veg thali. They are bringing the best of both worlds, and North Indian food stuff and South Indian food stuff. It's coming together. So there is hybrid everywhere, and that cannot be denied. That is how it is going to be. You see, work environment, hybrid. It's once again. People earlier used to work only from offices. Now after Corona, it is given even more impetus. There is work from home. There is an hybrid model, partly work from home, partly office. So this hybrid model in work environment has also come up. And in music, it's the list goes on. There is Jugalbandi, where it's a fusion of Carnatic music and Hindustani music. There is Indo-Western. There is Afro Asian music. You have to listen to it, my friends. Please listen to it. Wonderful piece of music with percussion instruments. Yeah. So everywhere we see hybrid is the order of the day, and so we have this hybrid inbuilt into the system, and that's where Babas, which are different, when they combine together, they give a new flavor, like Bahuvrihi Samasa. You see? So we have Sanskrit scholars here, so they can appreciate what a Bahuvrihi Samasa is. So everywhere we see this fusion, and let's see how in various characters in Ramayana we can see this interplay of Mahabhavas. Right. So now let me speak about coexistence of a multitude of bhavas between two sets of, same set of individuals. So let me take the example of King Dasharatha and Rama. Okay. So naturally there are two elements. It's very, very evident. So first we see about Dasya Bhava. So where Rama is invited to the court during the time of the assembly hall in the second chapter. Rama is discussed as the person who is going to be the next heir apparent. And in the third chapter, he is called for, right? When he is called for, Dasharatha is like a, chairman. He's the current chairman. He's going to appoint the next deputy chairman. So it's in that hierarchy. We saw about hierarchy, right? So it's in that plane. So a boss who is going to, initiate his deputy, that is Dasya Bhava here. So Yajamanan and Dasya. That kind of relationship comes here. So Rama is given certain instructions. Rama is given certain I mean, in fact, Dasharatha is so beautiful here. He starts with these words. You already know these elements. You are aware of this, but it's a duty, it's a protocol. It's a protocol to say. So, Koshta Garehi, that's shloka most of us you know. So, you should not be fulfilled with the treasure or the money what you have in treasury and whatever you have in your weapon house. You should not be fulfilled with it. You should not be satisfied with it. You have to grow it. So it is very relevant today, you know. Defense and economy. A person, a country's king should not be satisfied with it. What is the word? Power respects power. That is the order, right? Even today, power respects power. People were looking at India down, and only when the Pokhran nuclear test happened, world countries started to respect. Why? Power respects power. Okay? So here, we see, that's why Dasharatha is so intelligent, he's so prudent. He gives this as a, even though Rama is already aware of this, he gives this as an, additional information or maybe a point to remember. So far, so good. So Dasya Baba we have seen. The very next chapter, the 4th chapter of Ayodhya Kandam, Dasharatha once again calls for Rama and he discusses certain personal issues. He speaks about the inputs he has got from his Daivagya. Daivagya means astrologers. Huh? And he says various things that, in the constellations, Mars, Sun and Rahu have come together and they are going to create havoc for the people in governance, of the highest order. It's true, It happens in Ramayana, it happened last year. A great mishap happened when Mars, Sun and Rahu came together. Everybody here would be aware of the mishap that happened. The chief of defense of staff with a helicopter crash. He got crashed and it was predicted. Yeah? Okay, so leaving that aside, so he discusses these various inputs. He says, don't worry, Bharata is not here. Kamam Kulasata Mritte. Bharata will understand. He's a very, very, nice person. The understanding of Bharata, Dasharatha has, and Rama has, they share this nice equation with Bharata. They both, understand Bharata so well, and even at the time when Dasharatha falls down, when Rama is leaving, he looks at Kaikai. When Kaikai comes to touch him, he says, Kaikai, stop, don't touch me. And then he says a word. This is something we have to note. He says, I am abandoning you. I disown you. And if, that is key the word here. If Bharata is also party to it, I disown him. And even in this time of critical situation, you see how prudent King Dasharatha is. Even in this, distressed state, he's so meticulous in his thoughts about Bharata. He understands the importance of Bharata. And that is seen throughout Ramayana. So, yeah, that's why Rama is born to Dasharatha. Who else Rama would be born to? Fine. So, we see the Dasya Bhava and Vatsalya Bhava both are seen here in the transaction between Rama and Dasharatha. That's how Dasharatha, transacts with Rama. Yeah, I think there is some confusion, but anyways, okay. That is how Rama transacts with, that is how Dasharatha transacts with Rama. But let us also see how Rama reciprocates. That is very, very popular to, this shloka is very, very popular. All of us know here, Niyukto Guruna Pitra Nripena Cha Hitena Cha. Now every word here means a certain relationship. So you see, Guruna, Nripena. Both of these, they both talk about Dasya Bhava. Guruna and king, these two relationships speak about Dasya Bhava. That is the transaction which Rama looks towards King Dasharatha. The second one is Pitra. Pitra is Vatsalya Bhava. There is one more element Rama has here towards King Dasharatha. Nripena cha, hitena cha. Hitena is a well-wisher. So Rama sees Dasharatha as his well-wisher, as a suhrit. So he has, in a way, shared this camaraderie or a certain kind of friendship. That relationship is a little evident in the way Rama reciprocates his relationship to King Dasharatha. Okay, so this is one certain example which I want to bring here. The second example is a very beautiful example, Sita and Rama. Before I go to the way Sita and Rama transacted in various multiple layers, I would also have to add here one more point about how King Dasharatha himself treated Kausalya Devi. Yada yada cha Kausalya, dasi vacha, saki vacha, bharyavat, bhagini, matruvat. How many layers? Wow. Dasi vacha, saki vacha. I mean, this is a great example. This is a great, bastion, or this is a great benchmark for all of us, how we have to treat our life partners. Most of the people here are married, and most of the people are going to get married soon, maybe in coming years, and that's how we have to treat. That's how we have to treat, and vice versa, both ways. Dasi vacha, saki vacha, bharyavat, bhagini vacha, matruvat. I don't need to give a certain explanation to people here. Most of you know this shloka, it's self-evident. Now we'll come to Sita Devi and Rama. Sita Devi and Rama. Now, how does Sita Devi deal with Rama? First bhava is very apparent. Madhurya bhava. Okay. Now there are so many shlokas, so many instances where we can see about the Madhurya bhava of Sita Devi. The first one is the shloka, Prema Bhavadi, Bhavishyami Vikalmasha. Prema Bhavat is very explicit. But I found this shloka very interesting, and I did not know which shloka would furthermore very explicitly, very beautifully show Madhurya Bhava. Tatasa Hrimati Bala. When Sita Devi saw the signet ring of Rama, her face blushed. Her face blushed with red cheeks. So there is a most beautiful form of the expression of love which we see here in Sita Devi, and this shloka needs a special mention. Without mentioning this, I cannot go to the next. Valmiki Rishi has coined this shloka in such a way, or it perhaps happens so, Tatasa Hrimati Bala Bhartru Sandesha Harshita. This is one part, right? This speaks about Madhurya Bhava. The very second half of the shloka, the Bhava transforms. The way she looks at Hanuman and says, Vikrantastam, Samarthastam, Pragyastam, Vanarottama. I mean, the next shloka she says, but she transforms into that temperament. Bhartru Sandesha Harshita, Paritushta Priyam Krutva, Prashashamsa Mahadavim, Vikrantastam, Samarthastam. She becomes a Kshatriyani here. And with that Bhava, that Yajamana Bhava, she looks at Hanumanji and she speaks with Hanuman. So this is a very interesting shloka because a very drastic transformation in two bhavas happens here. Sita Devi shares this Madhurya Bhava with Rama, that is one. And in the very next half, the Dasya Bhava comes to the fore and she appreciates Hanuman and exalts his virtues. So it's a very interesting equation or interesting shloka, which is very rare of its kind in most of the kavyas. Right? That is one thing, Madhurya Bhava. Then the next one is Bhartruvatsalya Bhushana. Okay. So even though she's not having or adorned with jewels, this is how Hanuman sees or has darshan of Sita Devi. But she adorns the jewel of Bhartruvatsalya. She has that care, she has that parental love of Rama towards her, and that, dresses her, decorates her. That's how Hanumanji visualizes. And the third one, can somebody help me? Sakya Bhava. Yeah, Sakya Bhava. Okay, Sita Devi, Sakya Bhava. Kantasmita Lakshmana Jata Hasa Twamaha Sita Bahuvakya Jatam. This context, which Rama, in his nostalgic memory, recalls. We have to get into the commentary part of it to understand the, Sakya Bhava endowed or, entrenched in these lines. The kind of Sakya Bhava she shares with Rama and Lakshmana is very evident from this shloka. Then the next shloka is, the next context is Dasya Bhava. Right? Dasya Bhava. So here in Dasya Bhava, what is the shloka? Mridganti Kushakantakan. Agrataste Gamishyami. Mridganti Kushakantakan. So here she is ready to serve Rama and she will go one step before Rama to clean up the path. And that is nothing other than the role of a Dasya Bhava. Okay? That is evident here in Sita. And the final one is Shanta Bhava. Bhartaram anugachanti bhartahi mama deivatam. Mama deivatam. That is the bhava. So we see here the same Sita Devi has all 5 bhavas in her towards her transaction with Rama. What a wonderful thing, is it? Now the next question would be whether Rama reciprocates this, whether he has also all these, bhavas in reciprocation towards Sita Devi. Yes, most of these I would say. So we say we will go one by one. Madhurya Bhava. I mean, all of you are aware of it. This shloka is very, very, clear identification. So when Hanuman has darshan of Sita Devi, Shri pranashteti karunyat asritetyanushamsyataha patni nashteti shokena priyeti madanena cha. Priyeti madanena cha. This word, this phrase represents Madhurya Bhava. Okay? Then what is Dasya Bhava? Ashriti, Ashrita iti, Ashritetyanushamsyataha. So Rama feels Sita Devi has all the way come following him, and he is responsible to take care of her. And that is how a guru will have towards Shishya, that is how a superior should have towards his subordinate. Okay, that is Yajamana Dasya Bhava. We see here the responsibility of Rama towards Sita Devi is very well evident here. Then we also have the Sakya Bhava, the same shloka, Kantasmita Lakshmana Jatahasa, or in Aranyatanda, I think in 10th Sarga, where Sita Devi shares her opinion of why to go for a fight now with Rakshasas. When Rama makes her understand the importance of Satya, duty of a warrior, towards the end of that Sarga, we see that there is a very beautiful word that Rama here says here, Sauhardat. My dear, because of the friendship, because of that suhrit nature towards me, you have shared these opinions to me and I respect it. Okay? And I respect it, please don't stop. You have to give me such opinions, such ideas. So that is the Suhrit Bhava which we see here in Rama. So we see Sita Devi and Rama, both, although they are the same pair, they have all these bhavas in unison. Both of these, two people, they transact with all these bhavas. So in same set of two people, all these bhavas we see as a fusion. We see here all of them, playing a role. Right. So now we'll move to the next segment.
Actually,
yeah.
Valmiki describes Sita Devi as Ahamhi Kasyadya Manobhavena Sampidita
Tadgata Sarvabhava.
Tadgata Sarvabhava. Directly Valmiki hits this point.
So this very well explains how Sita Devi and Rama shares their equation when it comes to transacting in different layers. Right, now we'll move to the second segment where we have to see how the people can be the same. One has a certain kind of bhava towards the other and the reciprocation is different. Okay, this is very much evident from various characters in the way they transact with Rama. Okay. So first, if we look at Bharata, we in a very detailed manner, we saw about Bharata's servitude from Bharatji, Srikanji. So we saw about, actually Rama treats Bharata as his equal, and in fact he says to Vali in 18 Sarga Kishkinda Kandam. He says that we have come following the orders of Bharata. Okay, he gives that high status, he is accorded that high status, that equal status, or even a little above him. So Rama treats Bharata with such great, importance. This is what we see, how Rama treats Bharata, right? But now, if we come to the way how Bharata responds or reacts back to Rama, it is the way of servitude. Okay, Dasya Bhava we see here. And today being also the title of Dasya Baba, we have spoken in very details about it. But one thing which come back to my mind again and again, and I'm unable to reconcile myself. Okay, we see Paduka Pattabhishekam that has happened, and Bharata, being as a representative of Rama, he rules Ayodhya. Okay, and what I'm unable to reconcile is I owe this credit to one of my memories from Sri Rangam, where there was a noble lady called Rajeshwari ji. She told me this point. She attained Jagraha Padau Ramasya. Okay. Now, what is the point? What is the point she told? We were discussing about revolutions in Ramayana. Okay. What are the revolutions? How Ramayana is revolutionary. So she came up with this idea. She told that Rama Padukas is revolution. Can you think of a sandal, a pair of sandal, not before Rama or neither after the period of Rama? Can you think of two sandals ruling the entire nation? Will anybody have the guts to place two pairs of sandals on the throne? Just imagine, can you go to the Prime Minister's office or President's office and place two sandals on the throne? I'm not joking, it could be sounding like a joke, but this can never happen. And that can happen only for one. One name, one brand, and the name is synonymous with brand, and that is Rama. There is a magic with Rama. Okay. And what I wonder here is, neither Bharata had any kind of itch in his mind. If I go and place this pair of sandals on throne, will people speak mad about me? Will people think, he has gone crazy? What is he doing? Will people think whether I have gone mad, or will the ministers be supportive of this? No. Bharata did not have any hitch of this sort in his mind. Neither Bharata had, nor ministers or people of Ayodhya had. They were completely in sync with Bharata. That is what we see here, and that is none other than the magnanimity of Rama, or nothing, far greater or lesser to what Rama's stature is. Sita. So we see when Rama treats Bharata as his equal, or places a little more even importance to Bharata, Bharata feels that tasyame dasa bhutasya. I am a dasa to Rama. He also says to Guhare, Guru Sakhe. He mentions here Rama as his Guru. So many instances can be quoted where we see that Bharata says Rama as his Guru, and the entire second half of Ayodhya Kandam is testimony of the fact that Bharata considers Rama as his Guru. So this, the reciprocation, different type of reciprocation we see between the same set of characters. Next, we shall go to the kind of chemistry, that Lakshmana and Rama shared between each other. So wonderful lecture we had from Vishaka ji. It was so wonderful. Like her sweet music, the lecture was also very sweet. So here Lakshmana. How does Rama treat Lakshmana? How does Rama treat Lakshmana? Ditiya Antaratma. Rama treats Lakshmana akin to his soul. Akin to his soul. Not only Rama treats like this. This is very, 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 very popular. Even antagonists, when this Shuka, Sharana, these fellows come and introduce various, Vanara chiefs, introduce about Rama, Sugriva, Lakshmana from a distance to Ravana. Ravana is all ears, he's hearing. And then Shuka and Sharana, they say, you have to read that. It's a wonderful place. You have to read that place. And there he says, he first introduces Rama, Yasmin Dharmaha Nachalati, where Dharma is unflinching. He says all this. And then he comes to Lakshmana. Now he says, you have seen now who Rama is. Okay? The Sharira of Rama is seen by you now. And now, have you seen the Prana of Rama? Have you seen the Prana of Rama? And if you want to see that, see it to the side of Rama. Prana of Rama is personified in the form of Lakshmana. That is how even the antagonist introduce Lakshmana. So we see the kind of privilege or the kind of importance Lakshmana has in Ramayana. Rama treats Lakshmana like that. In fact, we always share our very personal things to our dearmost friends, where we don't have any kind of apprehensions that will he become judgmental about me? No. When that is not there, we share about our internal emotions to them. And when Rama is all alone with Lakshmana on the banks of river Ganga on the first in the night when they are separated after leaving Sumantra, he says these words. It's a very, very touching place. It's a very touching place. Ashrupurna Mukho Ramaha. The way that Sarga starts with, the way that Sarga starts, Ramayato Sreshtaha Rama. Ramayatam Sreshtaha Rama. Rama is synonymous to making people happy. He always makes people happy around him. And once again recalled to this word, Sukadaha Sukhi, the adjective about Dasharatha. A very parallel between Rama and Dasharatha. When the Hanuman says about Dasharatha, he says Sukadaha Sukhi. He is also happy and he makes Sukam Dadati iti. He makes others around him also happy. Similarly here, Rama is the person who makes others around him also feel happy, and he is also happy. And he introduces with these words, but the course of the Sarga is all sadness of Rama. That Rama who's making people happy who are around him, he feels so sad for things that have happened in the recent past in Ayodhya, and he shares these things with Lakshmana. And we see here that kind of bond, that kind of importance Lakshmana is given by Rama. So that is the premium which Lakshmana enjoys. But Lakshmana, when he introduces himself to Hanumanji, he says, when Rama Lakshmana are first met by Hanumanji, Hanumanji asks, who are you noblemen? Where have you come from? Why are you here? I am Hanuman, I am minister of Sugriva. Who are you? Lakshmana, in a very detailed manner, he introduces about Dasharatha, why they have come here in search of Sugriva and all that. And then he says that Ahamasya avaro bhrata gunaihi dasya mupagataha. Okay. So here Lakshmana reciprocates the form of dasya bhakti or the dasya bhava towards Rama. So we see here on one plane, Rama treats Lakshmana akin to his soul, a very, very, so close friend of his. But on the other side, we see how Lakshmana reciprocates. He looks at Rama as his yajaman. And in fact, Rama also shares this Vatsalya Bhava with Lakshmana. He looks at Lakshmana, Bhavagyena Kritagyena Dharmagyena Lakshmana Toya Putrena Dharmatma Nasamvrtaha Pitamama. I don't feel the separation of my father because I see the element of King Dasharatha in you. And this is once again, reiterated by Sita Devi. Sita Devi says to Hanuman, she says, this is wonderful place. There are so many interesting elements in Sundarakanda. This is one such place where Sita Devi says about the kind of character Lakshmana is. She says, Shaktaha na bahubhashita. Action speaks louder than words. Okay, Rama and Lakshmana. Shaktaha na bahubhashita. Then after that, she says, Nikto duryasyam tudamudvahati viryavani yam drishtva ragonaiva vrittam aryam anusmare. There Sita Devi says, looking at Lakshmana, Rama does not miss King Dasharatha. Because he sees that element, he sees that parental love which Dasharatha has offered in Lakshmana. Because parents have so much of care, they see everything for their child and do, right? That's how Lakshmana does everything for Rama. He brings food, he arranges shelter, he constructs house for them. So that is how Rama sees Lakshmana. But here the beauty is Lakshmana sees Rama as his yajamana, as his guru. Okay, So that is what the interesting equation we see between Lakshmana and Rama. Next, we shall move to how Guha and Rama. It is very evident. Rama sees Guha as his dearmost friend, Atma Samassaka. Valmiki Rishi says Atma Samassaka. And Guha, he says that Rama is not only my friend, but he is also my master. He is also my Yajaman. Where when Bharata comes, he says to his fellow fishermen, I don't know what is the intention with which Bharata is coming here. Rama is not only my friend, but he's above that. But he's like Ajamana for me. He sees Rama in Dasya Bhava. He sees Rama as Ajamana. The same explanation or the same emotion we can see once again when Guha shares his emotions with Sumantra and Lakshmana. Mamasti bhuvi kaschana. Ramat priyataram mamasti bhuvi kaschana. There is nothing superior to me than Rama. There is a kind of importance Guha places to Rama here. So we see once again, Rama looks at Guha as his dearmost friend. He shares that kind of transaction with Guha. But Guha reciprocates not only as friend, but as his Yajamana. Okay? So this is very strange how that is magic in Rama. Okay? If somebody give me a chance, Valmiki Rishi had this chance to enter into the brain cells of Hanuman and he captured Sundarakandam. That is how we see there, right? Rajyam va Trishilokeshu Sita va Janakatmaja. These are thoughts of Hanuman. Okay? And Hanumanji has entered into the thought cells of, brain cells of Hanuman and he has captured these. Similarly, if I am given a chance, I would try to go and enter into the brain cells of Rama and see how he interacts, and that is magic of Rama. And I mean, I'm saying this out of this happiness, but this person Rama is a very curious person. Is a very, very strange person. And how he is able to achieve it? Because it's very clear. It is because of his nobility. It is because of his Kalyana Gunas. There is no second opinion to it. But this divine element is something really, really very interesting with him. The next character equation we see here is between Sugriva and Rama. Okay, this so amusing relationship. Okay, Rama finds a very dear friend with Sugriva. Okay, he shares his personal calamities. He shares, separation from Sita, loss of kingdom. Sugriva also reciprocates, and in this Kishkindakanam, I think it's 8th Sarga. There, Sugriva, the trajectory, the curve of Sugriva's relationship with Rama is very, very beautiful. He first treats Rama as his equal. There is this shloka in Kishkindakandam. He says that Rama, I'm so happy because Raghuvamsha is a great dynasty, and to make friends with such a person, I'm really, really, blessed. And people in my, kingdom, they'll feel so happy about this. And I'm also very, very glad about this, that I have made a friendship with a person who is coming from Raghuvamsha. Then comes the next shloka. Here is the point. Here he says, I'm also equal to you. I'm also equal to you, but I should not speak about myself. Huh? So, in due course of time, you will know about me. That's how Sugriva says to Rama. You go and see this shloka. You go and see this, sarga. It's very interesting. So human. And when I read this passage, I will, tell to myself, it's not Sugriva. It's not Rama who gradually learns about Sugriva, but it's Sugriva who gradually learns about Rama. It happens the other way. So the character arc of Sugriva is like this: that he starts as a Shanaihi. Slowly, Rama, you come and know about me. That's what Sugriva says. And then, in due course of time, we see how things happened in Kishkindakandam, and finally how Sugriva comes in line, joins the party of Bharata, Lakshmana, Guha, and Yuddhakandam. We see this explicit. Saka dasosmi Ravana. He says, right? When he goes and fights with Ravana, he says, Saka dasosmi Ravana, and because of Rama Tejas, I have come here to beat you. He says these words. what I am really amused here is the king, Sugriva, he is also Dasa to Rama. His Dasa is also Dasa to Rama. This happens only to Rama. Huh? So we see both of these noble people, Sugriva as well as Hanumanji, they share this, and the way Rama treats Sugriva as his equal, as his dear friend, and the way Sugriva transforms. This transformation is so beautiful to read through the passages of Kishkinda. Then finally, we'll come to this last segment where rishis transact with Rama. Okay, this is a special case because it is a Shantaba. Okay, so rishis deal with Rama. They say they know the sublime nature of Rama. So that is one part of it. The second part of it is they approach Rama. Yehi Bashya Sharirani Muninam Bhavitatmanam. They say that please look at these, bodies of rishis. Rakshasas have created havoc here. So we have Sharanam Prapta. We have come to your, Sharanam. We are seeking your refuge. Now Sharanagati, Sharana is a Dasya Bhava. Evident. It's very evident. Rama reciprocates the same Dasya Bhava to them. He says that you should not say it to me like this. You have to order me. You have to order me. So Rama understands that stature of rishis. He does not want to bring them down. He understands the stature. So though he's here, he comes to the stature of rishis and says, you are Yajamana to me. I am in the Dasya Bhava. You have to order me. You have to instruct me. You should not request me. No, you have to instruct me. So we see this beautiful equation between rishis and Rama. So what we finally can understand from all these things is there is a beautiful blend of transactions, beautiful blend of bhavas with Rama between the same set of characters. One can treat the other one as a friend or a son, but the other one can treat the other as a yajamana, provided that kind of respect or divinity is in him. And we also saw how between two sets of same individuals, be it Dasharatha Rama or be it Sita Devi and Rama, we saw that they shared almost similar bhavas. Rama also saw Sita Devi with like a friend, like a like a priya, like a Madhurya Bhava, Sakya Bhava, Dasya Bhava. All these elements are shared between both of them, between Rama and Sita. So now I have come to the conclusion without delaying much. So what is the learning or further scope we can take? This is, I have not completely covered the all set of characters. There are so many instances. Due to want of time, I have now just picked up certain instances. What we can do further is the kind of transactions that is between various individuals in Ramayana. That is an area of serious exploration. And one of the biggest advantage of doing this is we try to learn in various spheres or in various layers how people interact with each other. And when we try to reciprocate them, when we try to, as I earlier said, I will conclude with the same point from which I started. So if we try to see our friend not only as a friend, but as a a parental figure or a person who is showing so much care towards us. If we see our wife or partners or spouses as not only person with Madhurya Bhava, but also with other certain kinds of Bhava, it is going to elevate. It is going to elevate the kind of transaction that is going to be there. You will start to respect. You will start to empathize, and that is what we need, right? There is a difference between understanding things, and realizing things. Okay, they say, purinjigaradu vera, unararadu vera, right? So we'll realize things only when we empathize with people, when we get into their shoes and see. And that is what this, fusion of Mahabhavas give us as a learning. Okay, so with this, I take this opportunity to thank Shri Ranganji and all of you here to have patiently listened to this. And let us all pray to Sita Devi, Rama, that these beautiful, noble qualities which they have Let us all imbibe in us. Let us all imbibe them in us and increase our element of Rama Bhakti more in us. Sitaram. If there are questions, most welcome, please.
Sitaram,
Yes.
are there any flip sides to any of these fusion of bhavas? I mean, are there times when, I mean, unnecessarily a bhava is coming up which shouldn't have been that?
Yes, you are
Are there
right.
instances for that?
Yeah, you are right.
Just to extend that question. I had a similar question, so I just want to add it. Is there any correlation between qualities versus the bhavas?
I will come to that little later.
Yeah.
It is little dicey. But big question with Srikanji. Yes, there is a flip side to it. So the right approach would be, I mean, you have to know the nature of the person whom we are translating with. Okay, if he is a noble person, if he is a dharmic person, there is no problem. And these kind of fusion of bhavas will only elevate the relationship between both of them. But if, let's say, there is a very um, there's a person whom we are trying to speak in a friendly manner, but he's trying to boss around, then for the sake of good, then we will have to change the kind of transaction, the approach of bhava towards him. Okay, so that will be very helpful in the practical ways in which we move with people. So that is a flip side. So we will have to be really, really aware of whom we transact with, what is the intention, what is the purpose for which we transact. So that awareness should be there. Then it would be more fruitful.
Krurai Ranaryahi.
Saumitre Parihasaha Katanchana.
It's a nice example. Shurpanaka incident is a nice example for this. And Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, very great Acharya, Gaudiya Sampradaya. What he says is, in other bhavas, we can't see Madhurya bhava. Okay, any bhava fusion can happen, but there we can't see Madhurya bhava. But in Madhurya bhava, all other bhavas are inherent. In this way, Madhurya bhava is superior to all other bhavas.
I see a similar analogy between rasas, like how Mahabhavas, maybe in a later session we'll have our Navarasas, a similar conference. Because
I'm sorry, I'm a late comer, but anyway, I would like one small little idea about it. Essentially, bhava is something what you feel in your heart, and bhava is always pure. Only thing is when it has to come to an expression, you always say that expression is based on the society which receives it. So therefore, there are some places where we might have shown that bhava, but then the society is not prepared to receive that. Therefore, this conflict occurs. Otherwise, what should happen is that feeling of bhava is something is belong to the consciousness itself, and expression, when it has to come, it has to go through our intellect. Intellect should govern whether it is right at that point of time to express or not. It should hold on. If you do that, bhavas do not have any conflicting situations. Thank you.
Sita, very beautiful wise words. Thank you. Please.
Hari's question.
Yes. So could you please little more elaborate? It is a little dicey. What do you mean by quality and
I'll come, friend. Hope my voice.
Yes, please.
Every time when bhava, when it starts, when you feel for certain, I'll start with Dasya Bhava. So in the book when you talked about Dasaratha and Rama, there is a Dasya Bhava. So for Dasya Bhava to come, I saw certain qualities that is triggering that Dasya Bhava. Right? So if there is a quality which I want to imbibe or I am admiring, that is triggering that Bhava.
Yes, this is a nice observation. And I think the other way around is also possible. Because of that bhava, that quality can be imbibed.
Correct.
And that is what I actually meant by learning from the other person. So naturally, if we treat a person as a guru who really deserves it, if we treat that person as Guru, naturally we will listen to his words. We will try at least to an extent to follow his words, to put it in practice, which is important. And there, only if we inculcate this bhava, then that quality will start to ingrain in our mind. So there, this quality and bhava has a very close relationship, and I think both work hand in hand. Yes.
There could be certain, as our G said, there is always replies to it. So if I have a different bhava or different qualities, probably different bhavas, right? Which is not expected out of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I can find negative correlation or positive correlations, we can map it.
Yes.
I can build those qualities. I can cultivate those qualities to bring that environment bhava.
Yeah. Yeah. So
It's a theory, but I'm just coming it from.
So we have to be clear what we want, right? And based on that clarity, if we approach people, right people, then we'll try to end up with learning the good ones. The flip side is always there, as you told. So we have to be very clear in what we want, and for children, parents are there to guide them. So in a way, children or we ourselves have to be aware of our priorities, why I am here, what is my priority, and based on that, we'll have to take a call. And once we get a positive signal out of it, we'll have to, I mean, if I need to, improve a certain quality in me, then I have to approach that person, or I have to, move myself in that environment, so that I try to imbibe those qualities or learn those skills. So, but the other way around, if the person decides that he has to go to the evil ways, then this is like Veda. Okay, Veda is something very, very neutral. Rama also knows Vedas, Ravana also knows Vedas, but both of them are extremities. So similarly, Bhava is a neutral thing. If we need to, imbibe positive things, we have to approach it with the right mindset. And if you are going to go the other way around, then yeah, we'll have to.
And the reason, again, it triggered based on some discussion happened today. Okay. So one of the members said, my team is not listening to me. Okay.
Yeah.
So if team is not listening to me, they are expecting some kind of respect or some kind of transactional problem is there. Okay.
Right.
So to practically apply that, they are expecting some kind of master work relationship.
Yes.
In that relationship, certain bhavas actually appears.
Mm-hmm.
It's based on, I'm taking the same Dasratha Rama scenario. So in that, if he expects certain qualities in me, and there's another expectation on the qualities of the person other side, right?
Okay.
So the quality should flourish.
Yeah.
If that quality doesn't flourish, then that bhava may not be there.
Yes, you are right. So if I'm an incapable person, then I should not, if I don't have sufficient skill set, I cannot go to my subordinate and say, respect me. He's not going to respect me. So for encouraging that bhava or that hierarchy to come, or for the transaction to happen, the person should kind of, elevate himself first. And then once he elevates himself, then he can start expecting that respect or that hierarchy. Yes.
இந்த 64 எல்லா குவாலிட்டிஸையும் எடுத்து இந்த குவாலிட்டி இந்த பாவத்துக்கு அமையுங்கிற ஒரு மேப்பிங் பண்ணலாமா அப்படிங்கிற.
Wow, that's a really nice lesson. Yeah. We can do it, I think. But we'll have to sit together. It's a separate topic for a thesis. But yet, it's such a very interesting area to explore. It's a very interesting idea. Thank you.
Talking about Tatasa Hrimati Bala.
Yes.
Blushing. Okay, Sita's blushing you are talking about. There are instances in Ramayana where few other characters also blush. Even great warriors, for example. Lakshmana, when Rama is very happy and Rama is forcibly taking Lakshmana on his lap in front of all warriors, Lakshmana is blushing, it is told. So can you elaborate regarding blushing, why it is coming?
Yeah. It's a very tricky question because it has to do with internal emotions. So the way in which I would say that I would say that that blush or the way Lakshmana responds is because Lakshmana has come after a great fight. Um, you know, we can draw a parallel. There is a prime minister of a country, and I have heard it from you. There's a prime minister of country. He comes to meet his mother, and mother says, "Vada kanna." If she introduces them, there is a certain kind of mild blush and embarrassment with the prime minister, right? A similar kind of thing Lakshmana has towards Rama. I see it like way. Maybe you can add more light to it. But the other one is a pure love, because when she sees that Rama's signet, it is not signet ring, but it is Rama himself. Rama himself for Sita Devi. Like how Paduka is synonymous to Rama. For Bharata, signet ring was Rama himself for Sita Devi. And immediately after a long wait, when Lady Love is going to see her husband, then this blush is quite natural, and that's why I thought it's more, yeah. Sitaram, I take this opportunity. Yes, please.
Sitaram.
This is a last person, okay?
Can too much of rational or logical thinking be a barrier to development of Bhakti Bhava?
Now I have a very beautiful answer, but please all of you make a note of it. Okay? So now what is Bhakti? We have to define what is Bhakti to understand this. If we understand this, then our answers will be clarified. This is a sutram which I learned when I was a kid. 167, North Chitra Street, Srirangam. So, those days, Ranganji used to take classes, and he used to say, what is Bhakti? Is love pure Bhakti? Is love pure Bhakti? So, many people will say, yes, love towards this God is pure Bhakti. Wow, love is pure. Huh? They say love is Bhakti. But we see fundamentalists also, in the name of love, they have, can we call it as Bhakti? Now this is what is more important. Definition of Bhakti. I will say first in Tamil and then translate it into English. Dharmata asrama kondi yenda prema iruko adukku bhakti nu peru. Now, that love which has dharma as its seat is called Bhakti. Now, when we have defined what dharma is, we are very, very clear. Dharma is beyond ration or love. Okay. So here what we need to understand is dharma is that now yataha abhyudaya nishreyasa siddhi. Actions, values, these are all things what we see outwards. Yataha apadane panchan. Fifth class. It means from which abhyudaya nishreyasa comes. So it goes to the inner intention. Right? So that intention is to be is that word which promotes dharma. That is dharma. So we have to be understand when we need to know what is dharma, and if we have a very clear understanding of what dharma is, then there is no doubt that love which has seat of dharma, it will never become false, and that is bhakti. That is pure bhakti, and we can proudly say we here have that kind of bhakti, and Rama bhakti is that which is based on dharma. Sita.